Phyllis Templin was athletic director at Tacoma Community College from 1977 through 1992, one of the first female athletic directors in the NWAC and the first female chairperson of the NWAC Executive Board. She was also part of the Phys Ed faculty at TCC and coached the Titans' first softball team. Originally from Cathlamet, Washington, she taught PE at her alma mater, PLU, before earning her master's degree from Oregon State and shifting to administration. She fought for equality for women's sports, looking for ways that would not detract from men's athletics. On the side, she managed the office in the Tacoma Dome for high school state basketball championships for over 20 years.
Okay, we're about to transition to the Doug MacArthur Lifetime Achievement Awards. Both of this year's honorees have had an exceptional impact on the culture of athletics and recreational activities in Pierce County. But first, we have another special message. Special guest who is about to make a brief appearance.
Good evening, everyone. And hi, Tony, my dear friend. So good to see you. And wow, all those memories of the crazy 80s. And by the way, Lorraine says hello. I'm sorry I can't be there in person tonight, but congratulations to all the honorees, award recipients, and Hall of Fame inductees. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge and remind everyone this June is the 50th anniversary of Title IX, which created so many opportunities for girls and young women in sports and education in our country. My good friend Billie Jean King was an instrumental figure in creating and passing Title IX legislation. And I am so proud and honored and blessed to have been one of the beneficiaries of all the hard work of Billie Jean King and other women that came before me, like tonight's recipient and honoree, Phyllis Templin. Thank you so much for all your contribution in women's sports and for forging a path for the rest of us. Have a wonderful evening, and again, congratulations to all.
That's my old figure skating partner, Rosalind Summers, over there. 1983 world champion. I spent 9 days in Helsinki, Finland with Roz and her coach. And then the following year, I couldn't go to Sarajevo. And then she just barely lost to Katarina Witt by 0.1%. And she blamed me to this day for that. Wonderful young lady. Okay, it's fun to see her. The Doug MacArthur Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes an individual who captures the true passion for athletics, just as Doug is personified throughout his life. The award stresses that this passion can be demonstrated through participation, through promotion, through organization. For those of you who know Doug and his numerous contributions to athletics in our community, you know why this award is so appropriately named after him. So let's sit back and enjoy this message from Doug. As the first female athletic director of Tacoma Community College, and within the NWAACC, the NWAC overall, Phyllis was so instrumental as a champion for women's sports and bringing equality of men's and women's sports on campus. She fought very hard for equality for women's sports and issues of women's athletics. Phyllis, you must feel extremely gratified to stand here tonight and think of the role that you played as we celebrate the anniversary of Title IX. So we thank you for your dedication and all you've done for women's sports. Phyllis, we're honored to have you here this evening, so come on over, say a few words. Accompanying Phyllis, our sons, Dave. Well, Dave. Dave.
Good evening. First, I'd like to, oops. Is that better? Yes, okay. First, I'd like to thank the Tacoma Athletic Commission for inviting me along with many others of you to enjoy a very nice evening. It's been very nice. I have been retired now for 23 years, and when I saw my name on the list for tonight, I was a little bit surprised, but grateful for the recognition and Tacoma Community College was a great place to spend my career. I spent 32 years on the faculty at TCC, and I loved my time there. Really have too many great memories to try to pick the best one. So I thought I picked the memory that I felt probably changed the direction of my career. One day in 1978, 50 years ago, I received a phone call from our college president. He asked me to come down to the gym and meet in my office. It seems that President Stevens had spent a long time thinking about Title IX and how he would implement it. What could he do to help our women's sports programs move forward? His next question was, would I want to be the athletic director? And he said this would include both the men's and women's programs. And that was a little surprise too when he first asked me that. But I thought about it for not too long. It didn't take me very long to decide. And of course I said yes, I would like to. I thought a lot about what it would be like when women were able to have sports. When I was in college, we didn't have any women's sports. But who would do it? What sports would we add? And who would coach? Lots of questions. So I didn't have to think very long at all. And I said, of course I would like to do that. Dr. Stevens did also tell me that he would like me to attend the next athletic directors meeting in Wenatchee next week. So I had 1 week notice. So I drove myself to Wenatchee, and when I walked into the room, all men, just me, they looked at me like, what are you doing here? So I introduced myself as the first female athletic director for community colleges in the state of Washington. That's not exactly what I said. I didn't know that was going to happen yet. So I think I said something like, I got a new job. Women's athletics has come a very long way since then, and I've enjoyed watching the changes that have happened and the success of the women's sports programs. I worked also with the men's programs too, but emphasizing the women right now. So I'd like to say thank you again to the Tacoma Athletic Commission and for this award. And I'd like to thank all of my friends and relatives and family that came tonight to support me. I appreciate that very much. And my son David, I have another one too who's ordered. Oh, never daughter Susan too. And lots of kids and grandkids and the work. So thank you again for